One sentence from Jesus has the power to shake your entire understanding of the end times, and almost no one is talking about it. It's short, clear, and terrifyingly specific. A sentence that directly connects the rapture to the tribulation, not in theory, but in raw, prophetic truth. And here's the most shocking part. The church has ignored it. While millions are searching for timelines, charts, and secret codes, this one line has quietly remained hidden in plain sight, spoken by Jesus himself. It's not buried in mystery. It's not symbolic. It's a condition, a requirement, a call to action that splits those who will escape from those who will endure what's coming. And if it's not alive in your life, everything else you believe might not be enough. What if you've read this sentence dozens of times, but never realized it holds the dividing line between safety and judgment? What if the one truth that determines your future is the very thing you've skipped over? That's not just possible. It's happening right now. And the proof is in the silence of pulpits, the shallowness of modern faith, and the rising wave of spiritual sleep. In this message, you'll discover that sentence. You'll understand what it truly means, and you'll see why it's being tested, not later, but now, in the lives of every believer. Stay with this video until the end, because by the time it finishes, you'll either be living what Jesus said or ignoring it, like so many already have. Few have noticed, but there's a sentence spoken by Jesus in Luke 21:36 that carries a hidden, spiritual key, invisible to the natural eye. He says, "Watch therefore and pray always, that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that will come to pass." A short sentence, yet loaded with eternal urgency. These words were spoken before the tribulation, which means they apply now, not later. This isn't poetic metaphor. It's a real, direct, and conditional instruction. Even those who know prophecy from cover to cover miss the most essential part if they overlook this. Jesus connects two spiritual realities in that sentence: the Great Tribulation and the Rapture. And here's the shocking part. He reveals the way of escape. It's not an automatic promise. It doesn't just happen to everyone. It's for those who watch and pray. The verse doesn't say just believe. Jesus is clearly setting a filter, a divine separation. Those who live by this escape, those who don't, face what's coming. There's no neutral ground here. Think of a soldier in a war zone. He might believe in victory, but if he's not alert and prepared, he'll be caught off guard. That's exactly how this sentence works. Knowing about the end times isn't enough. You must be spiritually awake. This kind of watchfulness isn't paranoia, it's spiritual wisdom. For example, instead of wasting hours on empty entertainment, why not start the day with Psalm 91 in prayer and alertness? Small daily choices shape our spiritual condition. Jesus knew that many would get lost in the noise of this world. That's why he left this sentence as a silent cry, a warning for those with spiritual ears. But make no mistake, this isn't a mystical suggestion. It's a conditional instruction. If you want to escape, you must live by this sentence. And if that's true, then we must go deeper. Because this one line isn't just a warning. It's the key that opens up an entire spiritual map hidden in plain sight. Watch and pray, that you may be counted worthy to escape. These aren't just words. They're layers of divine strategy. In this one sentence, Jesus outlines the forgotten formula for readiness. Most people hear it and move on, not realizing that it holds the blueprint to escape what's coming. It's not about fear, it's about alignment, a sacred posture of awareness, intimacy, and purity. First, watch. That's inner vigilance, a lifestyle of spiritual sensitivity. It's being aware of what's happening around you and inside of you. Are you guarding your heart? Are you filtering what enters your eyes, your ears, your mind? Watching means you walk through your day with open eyes, not just scrolling aimlessly, but sensing when something's not aligned with the Spirit. Second, pray always. That's not a monastery life. It's communion throughout the day. It means talking with God while driving, inviting Him into your meetings, whispering His name when anxiety hits. It's the lifestyle of someone who doesn't separate the sacred from the ordinary. Prayer becomes your default setting, not your last resort. Third, be counted worthy. That's not about perfection, but direction. It's a real pursuit of holiness, not performance. It's choosing forgiveness instead of bitterness, obedience over impulse, purity over compromise. Jesus didn't say, just believe. He said, watch and pray. And that changes everything, because once you see that, you start to realize this sentence wasn't optional. It was the doorway into something much deeper. One of the biggest spiritual missteps of the modern church is this. Many believe that passive faith is enough. As long as you believe in Jesus, everything else will somehow fall into place, right? But that's not what Jesus taught. He didn't just call for belief. He called for readiness. He warned that only those prepared would enter, and that's a message many have tuned out. Look at Matthew 25, the parable of the 10 virgins. All 10 believed. All 10 were waiting. But only 5 had oil in their lamps when the moment came. The others were left scrambling, unprepared, shut out. That's a sobering picture of the church today, full of believers but short on readiness. Having oil means living in a state of spiritual alertness, not coasting on past experiences. People treat faith like a membership card. Once you have it, you're in. But faith was never meant to be static. It's alive. It's active. Jesus made it clear. You have to watch, stay ready, and be full of oil. That means daily surrender, not seasonal devotion. And let's be honest, our lives show what we really value. If you prepare more for a vacation than for His return, something's off. Belief opens the door, yes, but only vigilance keeps it open. It's not about anxiety, it's about awareness. Readiness isn't fear-based, it's love-based, like a bride preparing for the return of her groom. She doesn't guess when he'll arrive. She stays ready, clothes pressed, lamp burning. And that's exactly the heart posture Jesus was trying to ignite. But here's the thing. If readiness is that serious, then what happens when people ignore it? Most people think the test is coming, some future moment where their faith will be challenged. But the truth is much more sobering. The test has already started. Right now, in daily life, God is measuring who is living that sentence. It's not about dramatic events, it's about quiet decisions, the ones no one sees, but heaven watches closely. Look around. Spiritual coldness is spreading fast. Just like Jesus said in Matthew 24:12, because iniquity will abound, the love of many will grow cold. That's not just happening in the world, it's happening in churches, in families, even in our own hearts if we're not careful. We no longer weep in prayer. We scroll instead of seek. And slowly, the fire dims. Luke 21:34 warns us, "Take heed, lest your hearts be weighed down with carousing, drunkenness, and the cares of this life." Distraction is part of the test. You don't have to be rebellious to miss it. You just have to be distracted. When worry becomes your default and prayer becomes rare, you're already off course. It's subtle, but deadly. Revelation 3:3 issues. Another warning, If you do not watch, I will come upon you as a thief. This isn't harsh. It's mercy wrapped in truth. We're not waiting for the test. We're living inside it. Every choice is revealing what kingdom you belong to. And that brings a deeper question. If the test is happening now, what does your life say about which side you're on? Let's not sugarcoat this. Jesus wasn't vague. His words in Luke 21:36 weren't suggestions or gentle nudges. They were a clear dividing line between two eternities, one of escape and one of exposure. Watch and pray always, that you may be counted worthy to escape. That sentence doesn't speak of general belief. It speaks of preparation. And preparation always comes with urgency. Ignoring this isn't like forgetting your car keys. It's like walking past a warning sign on a collapsing bridge. Many Christians today are walking around with the dangerous assumption that belief alone will carry them through. But Scripture consistently shows that belief is the beginning, not the finish line. Look again at the contrast Jesus paints. Those who are counted worthy will escape, but those who are distracted, carnal, or lukewarm will face all that is about to unfold. There's no neutral category, no spiritual gray area. Either this sentence is alive in your life or it's not, and that alone determines your place when the door shuts. Remember the days of Noah. The ark wasn't built overnight, and neither was the faith to enter it. People watched, laughed, dismissed, until the rain started. Then came the panic, but by then, the door was shut. That's the same language Jesus used when he spoke of his return. He said it would be as in the days of Noah. The warning is clear. Once the separation begins, it's irreversible. No argument, no pleading, no last-minute repentance will reverse what your daily decisions have built or destroyed. And here's the piercing reality. Many will realize the weight of this sentence, but too late. Not because they didn't hear it, but because they didn't live it. This isn't about earning salvation through works. It's about showing evidence of a heart that truly belongs to Him. The consequence of ignoring this one line from Jesus isn't inconvenience. It's eternal. So the real question is this sentence just something you've read, or something your life proves true every single day? Now that you've seen the weight of this one sentence, watch and pray always. The natural question becomes, what do I do with it? This isn't the time for panic, it's the moment for alignment. The call Jesus gave is still echoing today, but it's not meant to create fear. It's meant to wake up love, a love so deep that it changes how you live, how you think, how you prepare. This sentence isn't a cage, it's an invitation into real, living relationship. To watch means to live with spiritual eyes wide open. Start by being more aware of what competes for your attention. Replace endless scrolling with focused time in the Word. Even 15 minutes in Proverbs can anchor your day. Ask yourself daily, what's feeding your spirit and what's numbing it? Watching is about sensitivity to God's whispers. And when you tune your life to His frequency, you'll notice His presence in moments you used to rush past. To pray always doesn't mean living in a cave or repeating words. It means living connected, like breathing, constant and natural. Start with simple shifts. Talk to God in the car, in the shower, while walking. Instead of venting your stress on social media, release it in prayer. Keep a notebook of prayers and how God answers them. That builds communion, a two-way relationship where He's not a visitor, but your closest friend. To be counted worthy is not about pretending to be holy. It's about choosing to live differently. Purify your heart. Shut doors that lead to compromise. Fast from what feeds your flesh, even if it's just 1 hour a day. Holiness isn't about rules, it's about being set apart. Like Daniel in Babylon, shining in a dark system without blending into it. And here's the mystery. Those who live this sentence will not just escape what's coming, they'll step fully into the very purpose for which they were chosen. One sentence, just one, spoken by Jesus, linking the rapture to the tribulation. And it's being fulfilled right now, not later, not someday, now. And the silence surrounding it isn't just tragic, it's dangerous, because ignoring this sentence doesn't delay its effect. It only delays your readiness. Watch therefore, and pray always. That's the heartbeat of a prepared soul. That's the cry of someone who refuses to sleep through the shaking. And that's what separates those who escape from those who remain. So ask yourself honestly, is that sentence alive in me? Or will I be one of the many who only realize its power when it's too late? Don't let this be just another video you watch and forget. Let it be the moment you realign, recommit, and reawaken. What will you do with what you've just heard? Write in the comments right now. I'm living his sentence. Say it out loud. Declare it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because we are diving deeper into the truths the world has overlooked.